Hey everybody, welcome to Entrepreneurs. It's Atlanta's favorite podcaster, Elia, and we are here today with Shaq Daddy, or AKA
Hey.
James. Which one do you go by?
Well, um, for the fact that a lot of men folk don't like to say Shaq Daddy,
Oh.
some of them just call me Shaq, and then others are just like, yeah, I'm just call you James. I'm like, okay, fine.
James. Right.
Right.
I'm like, what's wrong with that? When I saw the name, I was like, let's go. I love this. I love a person with personality. Like, I'm so sick of everybody pretending like they're just
They're so sophisticated.
exactly. And I'm like, yeah, no, we seen you at the club. You
Right. We
like
just
the
saw
same
you
stuff.
last week. It's
Right.
okay.
I saw you at brunch. It was a lot.
And
so-
we know you're ratchet as hell.
Ratchet as fuck. So let's just be ratchet together. There's
Come
nothing
on.
wrong with it. I
Right.
was like, Atlanta
Be
is the
you.
home of ratchet.
Okay, so let's just be
it's
in
okay.
when in Rome.
Right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so speaking of being a little ratchet, I wanna ask you a question that I didn't ask you before we got on air.
Okay.
What do you do at brunch? Like, do you like a brunch place that's like classy, or do you like a brunch place with the twerkers and the DJ and all that other stuff? Because Atlanta is the place of brunches, and I just gotta know.
Okay, so that would have to take me into my brunch experiences.
Okay, yes,
And
let's
oh
talk
my
about
gosh,
it.
the first one, I was over it.
Really?
Yes, the
What was
time
your-
that they had scheduled for the brunch, we pulled up.
Okay,
They were not there.
of course.
Then you said, of course, I
No,
get to
of
know.
course. No. Are you not
Okay.
from here?
No,
Okay, where are you from?
South Carolina.
Oh yeah. Okay.
we
I'm
don't
sorry.
do brunch.
Okay. You don't do brunch at all.
No, I'm from the country.
Okay.
Grandmama come up, she cook breakfast, and if you don't catch it, it'll be cold when you wake up.
Okay, I got
But
you.
yeah, for the brunch experience, I definitely prefer the more classy settings
Okay.
because that's just my character.
And you're also like, I like people to be on time if I'm gonna.
Definitely like people that are on time because I kind of pride myself on being prompt to things, as you saw today.
Yes.
I
you beat
made
me
sure
here.
that I was here. I made sure that I was here on time through the traffic coming from Woodstock.
Yes.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh.
And then finding parking was like crazy. But anyway, brunch, I definitely prefer the more sophisticated settings. I've gone to the first one, and like I said, that was the one where I pulled up. They weren't ready. When we got there, we had to stay in the car. Then after we were there, parked for like 20 minutes, they tried to make us pay. And I was like, no.
I've been here.
You hadn't had your cones in place before I got here, so
So you missed
you
out on
forfeit
this.
that. So when we got in there, nothing was set up. They weren't ready. So they kept giving me complimentary stuff. So I was like, oh, okay,
I
that
like
works.
this. Yeah.
Complimentary brunch, complimentary drinks.
Yeah.
The vendors gave us sample stuff of theirs. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, well, I don't have to buy anything. Great.
Yeah, thank you. Because I'm early.
Right.
Okay.
So
what's the
I've
tip?
gone to another brunch that was really, really nice. And I can't even remember what it was, but they were set up when we got there. When we walked in, they were greeted. They had gift bags. They had all types of little goodies and stuff for you.
Okay.
And when I tell you they had the setup, oh my gosh, the food was great. The drinks were great. It wasn't too strong, wasn't weak either.
Got you, yeah.
So yeah, I like that. And then when everyone else came in, they were dressed like they came for a brunch and not like they were planning to be there from 12 noon till
Till
6 in the
midnight.
morning. So yeah,
That's hilarious. So are these like events to network that you're going to for brunches? Or
every
is this just-
time.
Okay.
And then when I get there and
Okay.
realize that's not what it is,
Then you're like, I gotta go.
can y'all stop putting that on Eventbrite? Because this is not an event for networking.
Aw, we're out of towners in this Eventbrite stuff. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. We need to help y'all.
Because I've been to several events. Oh, networking. And then when you pull up, you can hear the music from the parking lot.
Yeah.
And then you get in
yeah.
there and you can like, yeah, my name's James. I do. And they're like, what? It's okay.
You're not gonna
Continue
remember
to
me
twerk.
anyway, right? No, that's Atlanta for you. I love a good networking brunch, but I do feel you. It's the classy ones that I enjoy,
Yeah.
where I can actually say hi. My name is.
Right.
But okay, here's how you could tell the difference. If it's normally a club at nighttime, it's gonna be a club at daytime too.
Yeah, they
So,
got me with
yeah.
that one because I don't know what's
Yeah.
a club and what's not a club. So I just pull up.
Everybody, quick Google search on the.
Okay. And you sound like my cousin now when he tell me when I go to Amazon, make sure you read the reviews. I'll be like, yeah, let me start reading
Yeah, you
reviews.
need to. Oh my gosh, I don't return things, so I'm one of those people where I'm like, damn, I already bought it. You got me. but you're not.
Amazon is great. Kohl's is up the street.
Okay.
Take it right back to Kohl's. They don't ask no questions. They just scan your stuff, look and make sure it's in there, and be like, "Here's your receipt."
I need that.
I love it.
I need that. Okay, I'm missing out on this. We gotta stop online shopping and we gotta stop going to DJ brunches. I was like, you just go in there to be seen anyway. But I think it depends on what you're going for. I think some people, when they say networking, they're just trying to find friends, and some people are actually trying to find business.
Right.
So it's two different things. You gotta.
Right. So we need a new vocabulary word for
Yeah.
that. Networking and kicking it.
Yeah. Something else. I don't know.
Because see, when the kids started with the kickbacks, I was like, "What's a kickback?" And then I realized it was a house party, and I was like,
what's a
"Okay."
house- Ooh. Do you still do house parties?
Yes.
Okay.
I host events at my house every holiday.
Okay, I love that. Oh my God, I miss house parties.
Oh, you
Because
need to come to one of mine.
I would love to. That would be awesome. Holidays are coming up. Only
Yes.
select people would go. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. It's hard having people at your house. You're not scared of having like random people over.
No, I know how to body slam people.
Oh, okay. I love the reaction. All right, guys. So before we get into it, I have to shout out Laurencia. So there's my camera. All right. So she has a coloring book. Her name is amazing, and it's an affirmation coloring book for kids.
Oh.
And so when you look on the inside, it says "I am smart," and then it's got a cute little picture that they can color in, and it's so
Nice.
adorable. So
Okay.
we are giving this away this August because Laurencia is our Bossy of the Month, and
Nice.
you guys can enter by watching her episode that happened in the beginning of the month, and you guys just need to comment what was her biggest regret in her first year of business. And so watch the whole episode so that you understand the context. Please stop putting random answers under there, y'all. I need you to watch the episode. I'm so sick of seeing stuff where I'm like, we didn't even talk about that. We didn't even talk about that.
No one
Y'all
said
just
anything.
like, oh, her biggest regret is getting a dog. She doesn't have one. So stop doing that. I'm like, y'all just want to participate. Y'all just want to book, but you need to answer correctly. So
Right.
watch the episode. Go to entrepreneur.ish.podcast to learn any more on Instagram.
Nice.
All right. So it's our little plug. Thank you, Laurencia. Thank you for watching. All right. So our first question, I want you to introduce yourself, and then we'll talk about AI in your industry because this is taking over. So
Okay.
introduce
so,
yourself. Here's your camera.
As an introduction, my name is James Shackleford, aka Shack Daddy in the building.
In the building.
I'm from Georgetown, South Carolina, and a smaller town called Dunbar, and I represent Dunbar Route 4 all day. We have a very, very close-knit culture there, and there's a lot of talent in the area, and I would like to be able to eventually get my empire to a point where I can go back home and establish this whole thing in my area.
I love that.
And pull those talented kids and youth out of that area and show them what
Out
they
of
can
somewhere
really do.
else. Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, other than that though, I'm an event coordinator. That's what I do. I dibble and dabble in everything that I possibly need to make sure that what I'm doing is successful. So it's taken me all over the place as far as things that I know how to do. But at the end of the day, I'm an event coordinator.
Okay, I love that. So on your profile on Instagram, when people go follow you, it says that you do everything.
I need to change that.
I love that though. No, like I love it because it makes me go, okay, no, you don't always have to limit yourself. I think a lot of people feel like, oh no, I do event coordinating, so me doing something else is gonna deter me from that. And it's like, no, follow every
Right.
bit of you.
And just like I was telling them earlier, I have this conversation with a guy who is a sound tech for like film.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, well, you need to solidify that you do this one thing and just say that's what you do. But we're not those people.
Yeah.
And the blood of us, we embody everything that our ancestors gave us.
Yeah.
And we do it well.
So well.
We might not be masters, but we do all those things so very well.
And honestly, if you give us 2 seconds of tutelage, done.
If you give us 2.5 minutes on YouTube,
Yeah.
we got you.
Yeah, that's real. That's super real. So I met you at the COA workshops.
Yes.
We had Gary and the gang on here. Shaggy was here, and Joe was here as well.
Okay, nice.
So I want to know, why is that a place that you like to network, and what does that help you do in your business?
Well, at first it was just to network, like you said. But when I got there and I realized the vibe there, like everyone's like pretty much very genuine with what they do.
So true.
I haven't really run into anyone with the egos and all of that extra stuff. There has been times when some new faces did show up and had the egos,
They don't last long.
but they don't come back.
They get the side eye, like,
Right.
you know what we here for?
Exactly. So the vibes there are so amazing. Like everyone there, when they see you, they're greeting you. They're greeting you with a smile. If someone's having a bad day, I'm the type of person that can usually talk to them and get them to at least smile.
Oh, that's
And that's the one thing that I love about that environment. It's more of the family vibe. You know what I mean? We all care about each other. We know what's going on with one another. And if we can help, we help.
Yeah.
Because there was a situation with one young lady, she was moving and all this stuff was going on with her mom and everything else. And I was just there to communicate with her through that outside of the workshops. And I'm thinking that kind of helped her to a certain extent because, you know, I'm not in the situation, couldn't help her like that
Yeah.
or financially give or anything.
Right.
But just having someone that knew where she was coming from, I think might have helped her through that. And there are some others, you know, similar situations where people have been going through things and I've just been checking on them.
Oh, wow.
And that's one of the things that I do with my family every Sunday. I call all of the elders in the family just to make sure they're okay. They went to surgery, they had a doctor's appointment, whatever, what have you. So, you know, that type of thing is the vibe that I'm looking for.
I love
And
that.
I love when I can find that. Now, there are some other networking events that I've been to where, no.
You're like, you get the business number.
Okay? You get the Instagram. Don't call me. Because I do not want to talk to you. If you're going to treat people at your event like this,
Oh, my God.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
you can have it.
So I'm so glad you're here because we have to talk. We have to talk about
We had
a
so
lot.
much we were supposed to be talking about before. Because when I first met you, I said, oh, we got some stuff to do.
Yes, yes, we do. I love your vibe. Like I said, it's like you have this type of, I'm here and I'm going to tell you exactly what I do, and I'm very professional, but I also can have a good time, which
Right.
are my favorite type of people.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, me too.
I'm here to have. I'm on this planet to have a good time.
Right.
However,
and we're all here to help one another, and people don't
Exactly.
understand that.
That's the other thing. Where would I be without people?
Thank you.
I mean,
where would you be without?
Yeah,
people?
I was like, look, I tell people all the time. That's why I have bossies. That's what I call them. They're boss besties.
Okay.
And it's because you know how you have like work friends, but this is a little bit more than that. These are people that
Mm-hmm. Right.
help you actually make money, help you make connections, help
Right.
you make moves, help you kind of grow. So maybe it's not always financially support you, but they can
Right.
get you in a door that you weren't going to,
Right.
in a room
Or
that you
they
weren't
might
in.
jump on your socials and always share, because sharing is caring.
Thank you. We have so much to talk about. So I don't even know if I'm going to talk about the AI thing. I think I want to talk about.
Well, let's touch on it because
You wanna
it's
talk
what's
about it?
going on right
Okay,
now. So
let's
let's go ahead and
touch
get
on
the
it.
ignorant stuff out of the way,
Yeah.
and then we can get down. I like that.
So with AI, especially in your kind of, because you're also a producer. You didn't say that.
No,
Why?
because if I told people everything I did, that would take our entire hour.
But in this industry right now, especially creative industry,
Right.
a lot of people are using AI to write books, to write scripts, to write websites, to do anything that's normally the job of a creative.
Right.
So how do you feel about this, and what do you think the future is going to look like?
Okay, so when it comes to the AI thing, I did not know when it came out. I'm so old-fashioned till people look at me when I'm walking around with my journal like, are you still using a notebook?
Oh my gosh, I have a journal too.
They're like, you know
have a
you have a
pen?
notepad on your phone. And I was like, yeah, I know I got a notepad on my phone, but when the battery dies and I need to write something,
Right.
what do I do? So, you know, with that being said, the whole AI thing, I just recently got onto it. And the way I got onto it is my full-time job. They were like, well, if you're having trouble, you know, having the notion of what to tell the candidates that we hire, use ChatGPT. I was like,
Whoa,
What's
wait
that?
a minute.
and they were like, oh, you don't know? If I asked you what that was, that means I don't know. Okay,
Yes.
that's all right. But when they told me about it, I went on to it, logged in, got in there, and started doing my thing and realized that, oh, snap. So this is why people that don't know how to talk for real are authors.
Right.
So
It does
I
all your thinking
myself,
for you.
right. So I myself began to look at the Chat GPT and the AI stuff that's out there, and I realized that for one, yes, it's going to definitely. Can we cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is
It's
my show.
definitely friendly to fuck some shit up.
Yes.
Okay? People that really have the skills or might have gone to school to do these different things or learn how to write, been drawn for life and all that stuff, this is really going to take them out.
Yeah.
Because now there's something that people don't even have to deal with you or pay you to do. There are free programs out here that are being beta tested that they can go to, type in a few words, and they can get something that's close to what they want and be satisfied. Whereas knowing that they have this specific idea in their head that if they talk to a real person, that person could give you exactly what you're looking for. But because they don't, for one, want to spend the money, or for two,
That's one.
know how to communicate,
Yeah.
they just go to ChatGPT or Pictory or whatever and get their things done. So with the AI, it's not cool for those that are in those fields that need that work. But as far as the future and how it's concerned, there's no stopping it.
Yeah.
As we can see, technology is taking over, and whatever you need done, there's an app for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's about to be out of those traditional skills. Now, what I like about the whole thing is that if they were smart, they would go ahead and find the app that creates the app that they could be the owner of.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you still can put your skills to work through one of those avenues.
Got you.
So if they become the owner of an AI, systems, they
Then
can
you're
still
okay, yeah.
hold it down. So with that being said, AI is definitely one of those things that will scare those that are not willing to change. But for those that are innovative and in the wave of this technology, if you just learn or know how to plug into those things, you'll be fine.
Okay. I like that. I think for me, my mom's a tech enthusiast, so
Okay.
she told me about AI before anything else. And she was like, Ellie, your descriptions on YouTube's aren't the greatest. Let me help you. Right? And I was like, oh, thanks, mommy.
Appreciate that.
So then she, like, all of my YouTube tags and descriptions and stuff is all AI generated. And so it actually helped me because now people find me through the algorithm. And it's because of those keywords or
Right.
whatever that she used that I just wasn't doing because I was trying to give you a real...
Give you me.
Right? I was like, hey, this is what I'm talking about in my episode. They didn't want that. They want the keywords of she broke this down, this down, this down. My mom literally puts a link into the thing and it'll, I don't know, pop out all the words that I said and then it'll show like the keywords that would equal tags and then
Right.
she writes the whole description. I was like, you know what, lady? This is
Thank
your
you.
job now. And I appreciate it. But I was like, it's scary because even the actors are getting their whole likeness done by a computer. So I'm like, I wanted to break into this TV podcast thing, and I'm like, next thing we know, it's gonna be a whole entire robot talking to y'all, and y'all
Right.
won't even know it. So I think for me, it's like it's good and bad because it helped me get a little bit more views than I normally have. But then also it's like, how long am I gonna be in here? We gotta get real fast,
Hey.
get real famous.
Like
real
I
fast.
said, the whole thing is jumping in on the ground floor like anything. Because even when it comes to investing your funds and stuff like that, if you know when to get into it, you won't have a problem riding the way to the top.
Gotcha.
Because once again, like you said, it may be an AI generated version of you where you won't have to sit here every day, but it's your likeness
Yeah.
and you're still getting what you need from it.
Y'all gonna have to pay me. That's what we gonna have to say. Like y'all have to pay me for my likeness each time
Right.
you use it, not just the one time that you copy.
And I must admit, I want everyone that's doing anything right now, if you have something going on, make sure you trademark yourself because you are an entity. The United States government gave you a social security card, and
Trademark
that's
it.
kind of a trademark that they have on you. Now you need to trademark yourself so that if anything happens to you as you grow in this industry that you're in, you get the benefits thereof instead of someone else taking it.
Yeah, y'all, and it's under $200 to trademark
Okay,
yourself in Georgia.
that easy.
And so if y'all got money to buy a bottle in the club, then y'all need to go ahead and trademark yourself.
Okay? If you have the money to get Jordans, you should be trademarked.
Let's hold off one purchase. One purchase.
Just 1 month.
One bottle pop, okay?
Just 1 month. You know, all the other weeks that you go to the club, go ahead, have
It'll
it.
be fine.
But that one week, let's hold that and get your trademark, on yourself.
You can even ask ChatGPT how to get your trademark. Like,
and it will tell you. It will tell you step by step what to do.
But that is something that I challenged myself. So I'm doing a clean month.
Mm-hmm.
And with this clean month, I saw all the money that I saved from taking all this stuff out, right?
Right.
And with that money, I was like, wow, by the end of the month, I could trademark 2 things. And I was like, cool.
Right.
That's what we're going to do with our extra cash. But it's kind of one of those things that, like, unless you start being intentional about being a real business owner.
Your intentions are important.
You will never know. Like, you'll always be stuck in this place of, it's so hard. I can't do this, whatever. And when it's like, you need to make better choices.
Right, because that's the thing. We make it hard for ourselves when we do not, first and foremost, seek the knowledge of how to get where we say we want to be. And the problem, again, with that is people are just talking.
It's true.
Instead of acting. And they tell you actions speak louder than words, but for whatever reason, so many people fear not getting what they expect to get, but you'll never know what you can get until you try.
Thank you. You on point. I love this. Thank you, James. I was like, you're hitting everything that we normally talk about on this show, because that's what I always tell people. I'm like, look, you can be as big as you want to be. You're not trying. You're still sitting at home watching YouTubes. Like,
okay.
This is so
swiping through TikTok for 2 hours
for inspiration to go back to sleep. Like, what are you inspired to do after all of that?
House ain't clean, laundry ain't done, ain't had nothing to eat in 3 hours,
Right.
stomach growling, but you
You inspired as fuck.
Right.
I'm like, I'm trying
See
to
how
help
far
y'all.
that gets you.
Exactly. I'm trying to help y'all, because I'm like, look, I scroll through TikTok too. I scroll through Instagram
hey,
too.
come on now.
However, I like to go, you know what? It's been 2 hours. You should put this down. It's been 2 hours. Like, what else you got going on today? Did you have some plans? You have some goals today?
That's why I have to set alerts on my phone, okay?
Ooh, I like that.
Because,
like
I said, I'm old school, so I usually write everything. I have a calendar that I still write on and all that type of thing, a planner. Why I bought the planner, I don't know, because I don't look at it enough. You know what I'm saying? I got like 23 composition notebooks.
Ooh, okay, you sound just like me.
But at the same time, you've got to, like you said earlier, be intentional with what you say you want to do and achieve. If your intentions aren't right and you're not doing or wanting these things for the right reason, you're always going to be behind.
Do you know what I love about having a planner? If I write down, this is my to-do list, and I go back and look at it, and I'm like, damn, that was in fucking January. You still haven't picked that up. Let's do something about it.
I laugh real hard because I just looked through my journals, like, I think it was last month. And man, I looked at some of the ideas that I had written down in there, and then I found some of the list of stuff that I was supposed to do, and I was like, I ain't did that yet.
No.
Wait a minute. If you don't get your passport.
Right. It'd be small things where it's like, that is literally 15 minutes. Like,
literally get on the internet, fill out the form, and check the box.
Go take a picture real quick.
Get down to the post office and wait 6 months. But no.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love writing stuff down, because you can see yourself, and then you can see the date that you did it on.
And see, that's the other thing. If you write down the dates, it really makes a difference in, watching your progression. Because one thing for me that the writing down does for me is when I write things down and then I can scratch those things off and see my achievements, it means a whole lot more to me.
I like seeing old me and new me.
Right.
I'd be like, girl, you done healed. Thank God.
Okay. Still got a little healing to do.
Right, I got stuff to do, but you're not as angry as you used to be.
I done came a long way. Whew.
I love that. Okay, so since we've been talking about people just talking the talk but not really doing any type of action towards it, I want you to explain to people how they can figure out who's real from fake, especially
Ooh.
in this lovely movie
Mecca.
industry right now.
This
Like,
mecca of black greatness.
especially in this Black Hollywood place. Everybody's a producer, everybody's a director,
Everybody's
everybody's a photographer. But
Everybody.
you know, when you get in these rooms and it's in their apartment in the back, it's you know that you're not doing the type of movie you thought you was signing up for.
And that's something you tell people before they come. Because when I do photo shoots, I'm like, hey, we can either rent a studio or you can come by my house. I have
Right.
a 4-bedroom house. I'm the only one that stays there. Come through.
See, at least you even say that. Some people just send you the address, like,
And
you
then
know,
you pull up and you're like,
this is a neighborhood.
is that a child?
Right.
Why is there no adult? Why do they have trash beside the dumpster?
Yes.
Does their gate ever work?
Right. The gate. Oh my God. The fucking the gate be. So how do people know? Like, okay, versus somebody who's just like, look, I'm trying to save you some money by doing it in my house. I have all the equipment. I'm not gonna do anything weird. Versus somebody who is actually trying to lure people into their spot.
Okay, so here's the thing with that.
Okay.
It's been hard for me to sift through that as well. Now, the fact that I've been to Virginia, Texas, and lived in all these other states, it's been easier for me when I got here to find those and sift through those.
Got you.
But for those of you that are new to the whole introduction to the
Atlanta.
industry, it's harder because you have to realize what a great actor looks like, and that's what's really going on. You're dealing with actors.
Yeah.
And man, these pretenders, they're good.
They're good.
If Tyler Perry ever gave them a shot, they would probably be one of the best actors he would have.
Wow.
Because people have told me stories about this, that, and the third, about, oh man, I'm about to work on this film, and this is about to happen, that's about to happen, woo, woo, woo. And then when you come and you see that they live in their car,
You're like, okay.
but you said you were going to be doing, who's your team?
Right.
I ain't got no, oh, okay.
Okay.
So, when it comes to sifting through those people, you have to first of all look for the telltale signs. When people don't want to look at you when they talk to you,
Ooh.
that's one big key. If they
Talk.
can't even look at you when they're talking to you, there's pretty much 99% chance that they're lying and you should run.
100%.
Okay? Then you have to be careful of those people that always touch you a lot. When they
Okay.
talk to you, they want to touch you on the shoulder or they want to hit your knee, and okay, that's probably a pervert.
Yeah.
You want to be careful with that
Let's back
one.
out a little bit.
There's other situations such as keywords such as I've been doing this, I've been doing this, I've been doing this. When they say they've been doing it, but they can't give you a time, that's one of those things where you kind of be like, okay, maybe he's not telling me the
Send me
truth.
a link to
Right.
Something you got going on.
And that's the other thing. If they don't have evidence of at least one thing that they have done, OMG, run. Because if they've been doing it for so long.
Right. You don't have a link. What the fuck?
Okay? Because honestly, people, when I first got here, because of how old my stuff is, and I'm probably about to tell my age,
It's okay.
I have clips on YouTube, right, of where I've done things. But man, when you look at it, the pixelation.
You're like, oh, okay, that was definitely when you said you did start in 2016. That was on an iPhone 8.
Oh, you had the first iPhone.
But you know what? I would take that over when you say you've been doing this for a long time. You're like, look,
There has to be
Look at
some
what it
type of
looks
proof.
like.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So
yes.
beyond
look
that,
at my shirts. Like, I'm in
you
a
see what I'm
bubble
saying?
shirt.
Okay. You see, this is one of my first prototypes. See how the vinyl is chipping? Yeah,
Yes.
I've done this a
Yes.
while. Yeah. So, like I said, with my brand right now,
I
like
love
people were
it.
looking at it and they were like, "Oh my gosh, is that like from a Caribbean island?" I was like, no.
No.
This is my brand."
Yeah, let's talk
Oh,
about
what's it
it.
called?
Since you brought it up, what does SD stand for?
Shaq Daddy.
Shaq Daddy with the curl.
Shaq Daddy Fashions. So anytime you guys want to check it out, Shaq Daddy Fashions, ShackDaddie Fashions with an S.com.
I love it.
And on the website, you will also see products from Sawa and Styles. She does handcrafted wire wrapped stone jewelry.
Ooh.
And then we have Beyond Blessed, which is a handcrafted soap. So yeah, check it out.
That's awesome. Wow. So you've like partnered with people.
Oh, that's
on
the
this.
only way that I can grow. Like I told you before, it's one of those things where we all are here to help and grow with each other.
Yes.
It's not a selfish thing that we're supposed to be doing here. It's all about love. So at the end of the day, anybody that I run into that has something going on, for instance, like I said with the Beyond Blessed soaps, they don't have it where they can establish website and all that stuff right now.
like, I
So
have
by all
one.
means, I have a website. I'll just make you a page and then send you the link to your direct page.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing with a lot of people over the years. Everywhere I go, I find people that need something done, and if I can help them, I help them, and that's the way that I'm helping.
Okay, so you also have a talent show. How are you helping people with that?
Okay, so the talent showcase, just did my first one on Sunday, August 20th. It was a success. It wasn't like a packed house or anything, but it was the first event. No one really knows me, so hey, understandable. So the event itself was great, but it came to mind because I'm working with musical artists, which I've done a decade ago. And I told myself back then I wasn't going to work with musical artists again because musical artists are like very hard-headed. They have this idea of what they want to do, but then they want perfection without having perfection dollars.
I feel you. I feel you. And you're like, I can't help you there.
Right. So my question to most of the artists is, okay, so how long are you going to wait? Because right now you're working and everything you get is really going to your bills, and then you're never really saving anything. So at the end of the day, when are you going to put some music out? Because you cannot continue to tell people you do music when
With
they
no
can't
music.
find any of it.
Yeah. That's,
So,
that's Atlanta for
The
you.
talent. Can you stop saying that?
But Atlanta has its ways. But everybody is an inspiring rapper, aspiring
Everyone.
singer, aspiring things. That's why the people that
You
I've
see
had
my
on my
face?
yeah, no, I see it. That's why the people I have on my show, I'm like, they actually have music. You can find them on Spotify, on Apple
Right.
Music. They do showcases. They've actually been outside on stages in front of people. Like, I'm like, okay, cool, we can help you now. But I
Right.
hate when people are like, well, I'm not sure why I'm not this far. And I'm like, babe, because you didn't try yet.
You still on the poach.
Yeah, you didn't
Oh,
try
I
yet.
just let South Carolina slip out just
The
now. I
poach.
said the poach. Okay, it done got real now. So from here on out, the rest of the conversation will be in Gullah.
Okay. I love it.
Say, hey, we the groin now.
Oh, I love your accent. I'm from Atlanta, but I have sort of an accent, but it's not a deep and southern. I want a deep southern accent.
Oh, you ain't want to share. When people hear you talk to this show, they think you're real ignorant.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
it's-
why I have to change it up and speak like this. Like I've gone to college for 8 years.
So when did you do the code switch? Like changing from your actual accent to like speaking very proper.
When I realized people don't take you serious speaking Gullah.
Mm.
As educated as I am, I go out there and I speak like they shang and tell people things like that day. They don't take you seriously. They don't want to give you their money. They don't want to help you and things like that day. But then when you speak like you have some intelligence, they look at you differently and they begin to open doors for you that they usually wouldn't hold for you if you were coming.
Man, I mean honestly, it's so tragic that that's how things are. But
Right.
it really is.
It
how
really is.
things
People
are.
disrespect your culture because it's not their culture.
And it's like, and okay, so here's what I do want to talk about. When you do have these artists and you are trying to help them, do you explain, do you help them be themselves more, or do you say you're going to have to code switch in certain spaces?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question because I currently have an artist right now from the Caribbean. And when I first met him, all I really knew was that he was from Florida. And when I got that bit of information and listened to his music, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, he sounds like he's from Florida. But he also did not sound like what he looked like. His
you were
music
like,
was really not like giving what I saw. And like I said, with other artists with similar situations, the way you look and what you give off in your regular life does not come out in your music. It's like you're trying to be something that you're not. So with the code switching, I don't want them to do it with their art.
Okay.
When you speak on an interview like this, most definitely there's going to have to be a time when you change, because no one's going to want to listen to you if you say, see what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, like,
Every
like,
single-
like, bruh. No, we don't know what you're saying because you haven't said anything yet. Complete a sentence and then I might be able to say I understand you.
I feel you.
But other than that, like bringing your culture out in your art, that's where you're supposed to express yourself. So when it comes to their art, no code switch. Be you, let your true culture show. Let your true person be your art. But when it comes to like professional settings where you have to negotiate contracts or do interviews like this, more than definitely code switch a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you are interviewing, I definitely still want you to hit the culture, let the culture them come out. But
You need it. People need to know that you're a real person.
right, because at the end of the day, they're not trying to follow AI characters.
Exactly. Right.
Because if I get on TikTok one more time and see somebody standing there like this, thanks for the roses, I'm going to slap someone. That is really starting to get on my nerve. That's the one reason why I don't do TikTok right now, because when the trends come, they're cute or whatever, but that AI trend,
You know what? Okay, so I sort of be on TikTok, but I be on TikTok to watch people cook, and that's about it. Like, I really don't watch anything else because the rest, it just seems so fake. It seems like everybody's trying to be famous, but they're doing like real fucked up things to
Thank
be
you.
famous. Like this, I just saw this one girl. She's like white and she got cornrows or something. Just because her marketer told her that's gonna get you views, and it did. It made her real controversial, and now she has a contract because she decided to sit there and have cornrows, and then now y'all gave her a space, and it's all because you're being fake. Like, this isn't even you. This isn't even how you talk. This isn't even what you think. This
Right.
is a real white girl from like
Right.
Texas.
But that's
like,
the
but
problem.
no, she's talking about no, fuck y'all, I do what I want, that type of thing, and I'm like, now she has views.
right, because you
Absolutely.
know why that is. Because controversy sells more than genuine art. And that's a problem that we have in society today. They hit us with controversy and things to distract us from shit that's really going on in the world. And that's why so many people are lost and don't know what's going on when their house has to be taken from them because they weren't paying attention to the fact that they had elections for these people that control your funding, and they had a meeting right up the street from your house that you could have
you could
gone
go
to,
to,
and you could
yeah.
have said your piece and they would have kept their houses, but instead you were distracted by scrolling through and laughing and sharing and all that other stuff on some stupid nonsense that didn't mean nothing to nothing. But because they knew it would distract you from their agenda, which was to take,
From you, yeah.
they go ahead and do it every time.
Yeah.
That's how those algorithms are set up.
That's how they work. Y'all, like, everything it's okay to be entertained. However, like I said, 2 hours and then get off. Go look at real life for a second.
Right.
TikTok's always gonna be there. Social media's always gonna be there.
Ain't
but
going nowhere.
you're not gonna find that door that you're looking for to be opened on TikTok. You need to get outside. You need to meet people. You need to talk to them, and
Right.
you're not gonna discover things about your neighborhood, things about that you really probably care about,
Right.
stuff that you really could help with, but you don't know about it because you're not paying attention.
Exactly. True
Okay.
that.
So we're gonna talk a little bit more about like questions about you. So
Okay.
what advice would you give people who are trying to break into some of these industries that you are a part of? So event coordinating or producing, whichever one.
Okay, well, like I said, you know I do like
A little bit of everything.
a lot of stuff. But whatever it is that you're doing, first and foremost, you must know that that's what you want to do. Know that's what you want to do. Just don't be saying, oh, I think I want to do it. Because when you use doubtful words like think and maybe and if and shoulda, coulda, wouldas, that's when you already take yourself out of the game.
100%.
You're already out of the game when you start using iffy terminology. Because, here we go. I done been to church since a knee high to a grasshopper. But, like it says in the Bible, there's power in the tongue.
100%.
So the way that you speak about yourself and what you're doing is really what you bring to yourself. If you speak iffy about what it is that you want to do,
You're going to have iffy customers.
you're going to have
people,
iffy work
iffy
ethic and everything.
Everything, yeah.
So everything that comes to you is going to come as you put it out. Like they said, the universe only gives you what you put out. If you give it a half of this or a little mediocre piece of that, then when you get it back, it'll be mediocre. But if you stand strong on what you want and know that that's what you want and you're confident with that, that's what the universe gives you. A confident standing, something that you can actually be substantial with, instead of just being on some, well, he said he might want to do it, so let's see if he wants to do it. And they give you this opportunity, and then it's janky. And then because it's janky, you don't want to do it no more because of that one instance. But at the end of the day, if you truly desire to do what it is that you say you want to do, no matter how many janky situations you get, you're still going to persist and do it over and over and over again, because for one, you know that you're educating yourself on how it's supposed to be done. And then furthermore, you know that the great contracts or the great opportunities are going to come. So you're going to keep pushing. So that's my second point. Know what you want and continue to push. If you decide that you're going to give up on yourself, then who's to blame but you? And you can't make it, oh, well, it didn't go well this time, and it didn't happen like I wanted to that time. Oh, and this happened, and that happened, and this person, and that person. No, it's about you. Because at the end of the day, that was your decision to try that thing or want that thing. So you put yourself in that situation. And you know, just like anyone in the world should know, that anything that you do is going to come with ups and downs.
Yeah.
And you got to be ready to bob and weave. You got to get in it. Because if you're not willing to do that much, you're definitely going to get knocked out. KO every time. So my last point would be, once you're on your roll, know that the only way you can go from there is up. Because the more you do things, the more obstacles that you overcome, you just stack them right beside each other and keep climbing. And keep climbing.
I like that. I like that. I talk about all the time how I started the show and I only had 4 views. And I was like, well, fuck it. We're going to keep going. And then it was 6 views. And then we're up to like almost 60 every single time I do a show. So for me, it's kind of been like, wow, it actually does pay off. Because there was a lot of weeks where I was like, the fuck am I doing?
Right. And see, that's just how the universe works. It gives you all of these things early to test your endurance, in a sense, to say, hey, is this really what you want to do? Let's give you a couple of these little trials to go through and not make it so easy for you at first to see if you really want to do it. And then once it sees that you're really willing to persist through that, then it gives you what you're looking for. But you've got to get over that hill first.
So with you, when you started doing event coordinating, what gave you confidence?
Oh, well, when I started, I was at home. So in my hometown, everyone knew me. So I knew if I did something, they were going to support me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that only came from just being as genuine as I was when I was younger. Because most, people my age at that time were running around, playing, being bad, mischief, and all of that. But me, as a youngster, I was one of those that would go sit on an elder's porch and talk to them, run to the store and grab a little nab and soda for them, or, clean up around their house, whatever they needed type of thing. So because of my helpful personality, which is something I got from my mom, She's always helping people. And she's the reason why most of the stuff that I've done kicked off the way that they did, because she set up for me to do these things, although they were free. And I was like, why for free? But she set me on the right track to let me get into doing what I said I wanted to do. And then furthermore, seeing the ups and downs, the ebbs, the woes of the industry, so that I could be ready for what was to come on the larger scale.
Gotcha.
So I love the fact that she instilled that in me, because my helping others is how I usually build my teams in the different states that I've lived in, which is what I've been doing here since I've been here since 2018. The problem with that was pandemic, because I had built a great team and we were working towards things, and then the pandemic hit and
There was no more events.
see what I'm
Everything
saying?
was online.
So I actually was working with a young man that was doing podcasts, and we would come together. I would set up the mics that I had, the lights, the cameras, the everything, and we would record and do our things. We have a couple of episodes, Cold Hearted Radio plug right quick.
Right. Plug it.
But yeah, we were doing that and we were building, and then the pandemic hit, so a lot of things just tanked. But that's usually how I build my teams. I help them get to a certain level, and then we begin to help each other grow as a whole. So I love the fact that you can build that way with people, because paying someone to do something for you and then not getting what you want, that
Frustrating.
frustrating is an understatement. Because once you've paid your money and you're expecting a certain quality of something, you, like you said, we take that thing back.
Right.
I want money back. This ain't what I asked for.
Refund, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please leave. And you leave. And please do not call me.
Don't call me. Lose my number. Forget you ever met me, because if I see you again, I might drop kick you in the throat.
Right.
But
And we finna talk about you real loud.
I'm about to tell everybody. We about to tell everybody.
I'm gonna be like, so I did this event, and this person over there was really just terrible. Like,
Oh my God, y'all got this one in the house? Oh.
You
Who
know they're not
invited
showing
them?
up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little petty.
A little bit. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't run off on my money. That's
I'm
it.
a Sagittarius. I'm very petty.
And I'm a Cancer, so yes, I'm super petty too.
Oh, you're my sister's sign. Hey.
Oh, we had a moment. No, but I understand, because it's like, look, if I'm sitting here and I have this plan and this vision and I'm going super hard for it,
Right.
it's so much to the point where I'm investing money into this. I need you to give a fuck, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a
I'll
little
help
bit.
you with after that little bit of fuck is given. I'll be like, look,
Right.
push it this way. But like, if you don't care at all and I paid you, what the fuck? Like,
Right. Because at the end of the day, that's what the majority of people are looking for, money. But when you ask for money, you have to give a certain standard of quality that people are looking for. I'm not just paying you just because
you said
It's
you've
a
been
dope-
doing this.
you said you've been doing this. No. But at that point, it's more like a donation. Like I didn't say I was giving you a donation. I said I was paying for a service. So at that point, I need you to give me what you can do. And then if it's not equal to what you're charging, then I need you to stop charging that. Because there's no way for you to say that you've been doing this and then it looked like I could have got my little cousin in middle school to do what you gave me.
Right. I hate that too. So, how do you find your team? Because you said you've been doing this in different cities. How do you start? I know a lot of people just got to Atlanta and they kind of want to know, like,
Okay.
how do I find my bosses? How do I find my people?
Okay. How do you find your boss?
Your bosses.
So for one, the networking events are cool. Like I said, you can definitely meet at least one person there that you can kind of vibe with. But when it comes to finding my team, it's people that I guess you would say mesh with the way that I speak.
Okay.
Because like I told you, my first and foremost thing is let's figure out how we can help each other
Got you.
versus you telling me what you do and then me saying, oh yeah, I need that. Okay, well you do that and I do this. How can we help each other?
Got you.
And that's how my teams are usually built. Now, if I get with people that decide, oh, well, yeah, you do that and I do this, but I still need to be paid, that's not my people.
I feel you. I feel
Because
you.
at the end of the day, no one thing can be done without several pieces to the puzzle. Because it's you as one puzzle piece ain't gonna show a whole picture.
Ooh.
But when we get all the puzzle pieces together, then we have a picture.
I'm like, how are you a CEO and you're the only person who works there? I be asking that question a lot.
Because there's no reason for you to say, oh yeah, I'm the CEO of, and you're like, so who's the CFO?
Right. Do you have an assistant? Do you have
Who handles
anybody?
who handles finances? Who handles marketing? Who handles, you know what I'm saying?
It's a business.
But if you're doing everything yourself, then that's just a hobby.
Yeah. I mean, let's be for real because we gotta be real. No one's talking to these people in real time. Everybody's saying you're doing great. You are doing great, but let's elevate a little bit. Let's be a little greater.
Just get on the elevator.
Yes.
Someone else will press a button to take you up. Just get on the
Just
elevator.
be like, look, this is what I do.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
is what I'm looking for.
Okay? Stop standing at the bottom of the staircase looking up. Just take the first step.
Yeah, you can. I just posted that. I was like, look, you take a step, and then once you take that step, you're gonna be like, this wasn't that bad. Take
Right.
another one,
Mhm.
and another one, and then the boulder comes down the stairs, and then you gotta be like, whoop. All right, let's do this again.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get up there, there's step number 7, you're going to find out when that creaks a little bit, you're going to be like, that sounded funny.
Right.
And then you're going to get to stair number 32, and then it's going to be a missing 33 step, and you're going to be like, can I jump across that?
One.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah, and then you get to about 50, and then there's 5 steps missing. And
Right.
You're gonna be like,
Then there's
now
a
I need my
fire
team.
pit.
Right? Now I need my team. Now we're
Okay.
gonna have to work together to get
Right.
over these
But if you are
obstacles.
not making that first step to do anything, you're definitely not going to ever get anywhere. Because I'm telling you, it's easy to say that you do something, but if you're not in the driver's seat, then who's driving? Because
And then
the
I'm like,
cars don't move.
please don't. I was like, there's no self-driving cars in this
Not yet.
entrepreneur space.
Not yet.
And if there was, then I don't know what the world's gonna look like.
It's scary. It's real scary because when they started that AI stuff and I started looking into it for real and saw that they had robot police dogs and they had real live robots sitting on TikTok beside people blinking and stuff, I was like, hey, come I Am Legend and iRobot and all them things.
I'll be like, did y'all not watch the same movies I watched?
That's where the
Like-
movies came from. Those movies are what developed
right,
these robots.
this person. You know what?
Time's coming.
Yeah, it is.
But
It
they won't
is.
get my grandmama none of them robots. No, ma'am.
No, thank you. I don't care if she won the lotto. Like you
Right.
did. What was that?
I
be
will
like,
move her in my house first before y'all give her a robot. And no.
No, thank you. No, I can help her. I can clean up for her. I
Right.
got
I'll still
this.
give her that little button she can press if she fall. But
Look, no, this shit is real. This shit is real though. Look,
I'm just saying,
I
don't
got
do
my
that.
mom. So my mom has an Apple Watch.
Right.
And so if you fall down,
It'll detect it.
Yes.
You know
It'd
what
be
I'm
like, oh
saying?
my God, are you okay? It will call 911 for
Right.
you. No, they need that. That's,
Okay.
That's for real. That's the only time you need a robot, John.
Right. I still need real live people to come in there.
Right.
Because that robot might get excited and crush her lungs trying to pick up off the floor. I don't know.
God.
The hydraulics might not be
I
set
just
right.
be thinking about that. No, we gonna get way off
Yeah,
topic
see?
whenever we want.
That's another episode. We got to come back.
I was like, we got a whole entire thought
Ooh.
process on that. I want to make a movie where I'm like, look, y'all, this is where we're headed.
Be afraid. Be
right.
very afraid.
Be very afraid. That's the title. Okay, so we're gonna play a quick game for
Okay.
the last 5 minutes. 'Cause
Okay.
I want to have. We've had a lot of fun actually. So
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna have a little.
I
bit
didn't
more
even realize how much time had passed by until
know,
I looked. I was
there
like,
you go,
okay.
Yeah, see, I love that. This is the point of my show, is to make people comfortable talking
Okay.
about their business, because a lot of people, we always say this, the most humble people don't talk about any of the stuff they've done. They got a whole award sitting over here, won't say nothing about it.
All that.
Whole movie done, didn't even mention it.
Right.
So I give them space to be comfortable to brag about it. Because I think our
Okay.
skin folk really be that humble word, be a little crippling.
It ain't humble. It's slave mentality. That's
That's
just
really
let
what
it
it
be what
is.
it is.
Yeah.
It's slave mentality.
Where it's
They
like,
don't want to put their stuff out there because they feel as if it's bragging, but no, it's not bragging. It's letting people know what you do so that you can advertise what you do and get more of that.
yeah, because
But
how would we know that
if you don't
did
tell us,
right? I don't fucking
so
know.
how's that bragging? But now for the fakers and scammers out there, that's not for you.
Right, that's not y'all. Y'all do enough talking.
Y'all do way too much talking. Okay,
Pull
anyway,
it
come
back.
on.
All right, so the game is called Lights, Camera, Action, and we're
Okay.
gonna do a little role reversal, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you like a scene, and then you're gonna have to tell me what you're gonna need to create this scene.
Oh,
that make
wow.
sense?
Okay.
So we're gonna do a coffee shop scene,
Okay.
and then your fictional character is gonna walk in, order a drink, and strike up a conversation with the barista. So we need you to describe what emotions, gestures, and interactions that you're gonna ask to see from that character. So it's not you as the character, the people, the actors that you are.
Okay, it's
directing.
more like me, a director. Okay.
Put your
Okay.
director cap on.
Ooh. Okay, so, well, in my mind, I'm feeling like this is a first time visit. So I would definitely want them to have that look of wonder on their face when
Okay.
they walk through the door, as in, oh, this is a nice spot. I like this, looking at the environment, checking things out. And then when they get to the register, you know how people look at the menu, give that confused look of, what do I really want? What should I try? And then I would also want them to do the thing where most people, what would you suggest? That type of thing. So I would like to hear that conversation go in, but then I would also like for the barista to give me two different vibes. I would like the vibe of the disgruntled worker that would just be like, how can I help you? And I would like to get the different side of, hi, welcome to, and da, 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 and give me that as well, just to see how it works in the scene. But the main person has to stay with all those things I first gave. But then when they get to getting their drink or whatever, I would like to see that scene end with them tasting it and enjoying it and giving, you know, the looks of joy on their face, the close the eye, and tastes so good
A
type
little swirl
situation.
of the
Right,
cup.
all that. You know, open it and sniff it. Smells good too. All that. And then I would also like to see what they would look like if it didn't taste so good. So that's what I would really look for in that. I would like to see the walk-in, and the astounding, the mystery at the menu, and then the disgruntled versus happy worker, and then the, ooh, this was good versus, ooh, this isn't what I really wanted type situation.
I love
So
that.
I get both of those vibes from that scene.
I love that. I wouldn't have even thought to do both ways of I love the coffee, don't love the coffee, disgruntled versus happy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's awesome. We're gonna do one more.
Okay.
And this one is where is it? This one is they are going to a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the movie theater is not the best.
Okay.
So kind of walking through the scene of what you how you would show that the movie theater is not the best.
Okay. So for this one, I'm assuming it's a couple?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in this case, I would go with the one person being the one that felt like, ooh, it's a cheap movie, let's just go and watch it, you know, optimistic against the visual look of the theater itself. And then the other one being like, we couldn't go nowhere else? One of those two characters. Okay, so when they walk up and they see it, that character's like, I don't know, this looks kind of sketchy. You sure they got real theater seats in here? Type thing. And then the other one being like, nah, don't worry about it. Just come on. We're going to watch the movie. It's, you know, a movie theater. They got the silver screen. This movie just came out. I want to see it, and I don't want to travel all the way over here to watch it at the fancy theater. Let's just watch the movie because we're together. So that's the main point. We're out on a date. Let's enjoy ourselves. Then going inside, getting up to the register, that character ordering things and wanting to know, do you want anything? And that one being like, I don't want nothing from here. It looks real nasty up in here. That popcorn probably stale. You know, that type of situation. And then from going inside, the one that's optimistic about everything, just like, okay, let's enjoy it, just walking through. The other one's like, oh my gosh, this floor is sticky. Oh no, look at that seat. It doesn't even fold back up. Oh my
No,
God.
I already don't want to be.
You saying like you don't want to be there, and I'm just laying out the scene. Okay, so when they get there and they sit down, they watch the movie, and let's just say, for instance, there's two scenarios in that as well. They're the only two in the theater, and the optimistic one is just like, taking a seat, but this one's like, no, let's find some place to sit where it looks like I'll be safe. There's no COVID on the seat. And then the one where it's full and there are two seats that they actually pick tickets for that they have to sit in that spot, and it's just like not comfortable because on this side there's someone with a full blanket, and then on the other side there's someone that's coughing, that type of situation. And I'd go through both of those scenarios and those scenes just to see how it plays out. But then at the end of the night, once they leave, both have had a realization that, okay, it was a nice movie, we enjoyed a night out with each other, so hey, let's just walk into the moonlight back to our car and scene.
And leave. I love that. See, this is a real director. I literally just asked, how would you do this? And he gave me a whole place where I was like, look, I'm not going to this fucking movie theater.
Where you felt like you didn't want to go.
I'm not even in this movie.
Okay. But I wouldn't go.
I love that. Thank you so much for being on the show. I want you to...
Thank you for having me,
Of
because this
course.
was like amazing.
Oh,
I love
thank you.
this.
Thank you so much.
Can I be a Bossy now?
Yes, you are a Bossy.
Yay! Oh, okay.
I love that.
I thought
No, I need
Okay.
that. I need that energy. That's going to be a whole commercial. I promise you. I'm going to play that over and over and over. You know what I mean?
One more time. Bossy!
James, I love you.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Okay, that was a good one.
So
That was a good one. I done got hot.
I know. Look, we'll turn this fan on you in a second. But let everybody know what your Instagram is again.
Oh,
and
okay.
We got to go.
So, once again, the name is Shaq Daddy. You guys can find me everywhere with that. Anywhere from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, Twitter, all that. Shaq Daddy, ShackDaddie.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me,
Okay,
Bossy.
yes. Welcome, Bossy. And shout out to Live Hip Hop Daily for having us each and every Thursday, not Saturday. What was I going to say? Saturday. Each and every Thursday at 7. And shout out to Creative Visions for always doing the best production. that you
Oh,
could
okay.
ever
Shout
see,
out
okay?
to Creative Vision,
Right.
baby.
Creative Visions.
You know,
That's where we're
you
at.
better ask somebody. Squad.
I love this. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Bye.